and the replicating Rita Panahi. Now, I know the world is transfixed by the coronavirus, but that doesn't mean that the U.S. presidential contest has been called off. Far from it. A couple of days ago, Donald Trump dropped a new campaign ad taking on Joe Biden. It's pretty brutal and accuses Joe Biden not only of kowtowing to China, but also of, well, not being entirely all there. Have a look.
Here you go.
This is a crisis.
This is no time for Donald Trump's record of hysterical xenophobia.
Biden's son inked a $1 billion deal with a subsidiary of the Bank of China.
China is going to eat our lunch? Come on, man. They're not bad folks.
Since the outbreak, the Communist Party has been mobilizing overseas organizations to buy local supplies and send them to China.
It is in our self-interest that China continue to prosper. What a beautiful history we wrote together. Banning all travel will not stop it.
The president is right. That travel restriction on China, as every public health official we've talked to said, bought the country time.
That was a very smart move right there.
Hysterical xenophobia. Xenophobia. I complimented him on dealing with China. I'm not going nuts.
That's going to leave a mark. Now, naturally, Biden's defenders in the press were quick to run one of their beloved fact checks on the ad. The Washington Post called it a complete and utter mess, and CNN called it deceptive. Well, what else are they going to say? Now, I'm not going to sit here and dissect the rights and wrongs of the ad, and there were some bits where he does go too far, particularly in suggesting that Washington State Governor Gary Locke, a Chinese American, might actually be a Communist Party apparatchik. But no, the important thing in this clip is something else entirely. It's this. This ad telegraphs the strategy for Trump's two-front election strategy. Fight Biden on the one hand, fight China on the other, and ensure that everyone associates Sleepy Uncle Joe with Democrats who have been far too cozy for years with the Chinese Communist Party regime in Beijing. Now, no one can deny, all your fact checkers even admit, that when he was vice president, Joe Biden traveled to China with his son Hunter. You'll remember Hunter, when that son was seeking $1.5 billion with a B dollars in investments from China for a new hedge fund. And we also do know that in America, as in Australia, bans on travel from China were exploited by the left to whip up accusations of xenophobia. And as far as questions about Biden's mental acuity, well, look who still thinks the coronavirus is just a bad flu.
But these things are called, there's a virus. And a virus is what we're dealing with now, a particularly lousy kind of virus. It's like flu on steroids. It's a really bad kind of flu.
Whatever you say, big guy. Look, I wonder how long we are for the Democrats just telling Biden he's won the presidency and letting the party parachute in a new candidate. Anyone heard from him?